Confession time. I took a bunch of drugs and went to the museum. And it was the most bizarre and most beautiful experience of my life. It was one of the most profound experiences I've ever had. I learned so much about the human condition and our lives in just a couple of hours at the museum. It was mind-blowing and life-changing. It was an art museum, like Roman art, all the way to the big Renaissance paintings. It was a beautiful museum. And I took noise-canceling headphones with me because in the beginning, once everything kicked in, it was terrible. You know, these wooden floors, and they creak, and people walked. The museum was packed, so many people, and it creaked and creaked, and it was so loud. And the noise-canceling headphones, I put some music to calm myself down. It was so loud, the headphones didn't do a thing. It was just loud, and I thought I was going crazy. I took them off and was like, what the fuck, is no one hearing this? This is so loud, I'm going insane. I think on the outside I looked okay-ish. On the inside it was turmoil. And I asked myself, what the heck am I doing in a museum? I have a kid, I'm married, it's a beautiful day, why am I not going? Because my kid and my wife were at an event. And I was like, why am I not there? What am I doing at the museum? And it's so terribly loud. And I was going crazy, and I was going through the halls of the museum like it was. Later I compared it to a birth canal because I felt like I was being born again at the end. At that stage I was just I was very confused. I was very disorientated from all the noise, and I just walked. I got lost in the thing. I had the feeling I want to leave. I didn't leave. I didn't even try to, but I had the feeling I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here. What am I doing here? And once that settled down, I looked at some of the pictures, and yes, some of them kind of moved, and I was like, oh, is this a 3D effect? I was like, yeah, no, you are on drugs. And then I sat down, I calmed myself, I settled, and suddenly I didn't look at the artwork anymore. It didn't become as important. Suddenly I looked at people. And some of the most amazing things happened. First of all, every person looked like they had stepped out of a painting. I looked at every face, and every face was so beautiful to me, as if God had painted that face, as if it drawn by life itself. And it was beautiful, and I was able to see beauty in all people. No matter where I looked at them, and I saw beauty. And I felt people were like flowers, like, we start with a seed and we blossom into a human being. And I was just in awe of the beauty of humanity, of just how beautiful all of us are. And to this day, when I look at people, I can see their beauty. And that really helped me. Every person to me feels like they stepped out of a painting, painted by life itself. I felt enormous compassion for every person. We have no idea where we come from. It's not the 5 minutes of fun your parents had. That didn't create you. Ultimately, we don't know where we came from. We just show up on Earth one day, and we have to figure it out. And we can have all kinds of biological explanations and how the planet came into being. But it doesn't answer it. We don't know where we came from or why we are here. And someday we're going to leave again. Just as mysteriously as we showed up, someday we're going to poof, we're gone. And all of us during that time face the same questions. Who am I? What am I doing here? Am I good enough? Am I beautiful enough? Do I have a place here in the world? Am I accepted? And when I looked at people, I could feel that in them, that we share this human journey. We share this common humanity of, we all have answers to these questions more or less, but none of us knows for sure. None of us knows for sure. And just looking at someone and saying, this is the same person just like me, asking the same questions. Also doubting if they're good enough, doubting if they belong in this world, doubting if they're too far behind. You see older people and you see their wrinkles and they all look to me painted by God, painted by life. It was beautiful how they grew older, just like flowers. After a while they wither, and there's a beauty in that. And you see, we all share that. We all grow older. We all get wrinkles. We don't know what's going to come. And just this common human journey, I could see it in everyone. And I had enormous compassion for every person. That we are all doing the best we can. That all of us at times wonder if we really belong. That all of us are afraid of aging, afraid of what might happen. And how all of that connects us. That we're all looking for answers of how we came here. And then I looked at a picture. It was, some kind of religious imagery. And suddenly I had this massive feeling. It's hard to describe. It was like I had tears streaming down. I must have looked like a weirdo because I looked at that picture and I was just crying. I was crying my eyes out. It was because I felt that this love that brought us here into this world continues to love us and wants to love through us. And it was such a powerful feeling, because just before I'd wondered how we all looking for answers. We all somehow landed here and we know we're gonna leave. And art and movies and poetry and philosophy, all these things, they're seeking answers to these questions, or they're trying to get back to that place where we came from, to find some kind of answers and connections. But I felt it in that moment. And it was tremendously powerful. It was tremendously powerful. And what was also weird is like we are on a spinning rock that blossomed. It was a ball of lava and it blossomed. Now it's into life. Now we sing on it, we dance on it, and it used to be lava. It used to be just solar dust clumped together. And now it's a beautiful ecosystem. The place where all the people we love live. You can go to the beach and we can enjoy. And then I found it so bizarre. Well, first of all of life is bizarre. It's bizarre. It's strange. It's crazy. Life is a weird and crazy thing. We can't explain it. But what we do is we wake up in the morning, we put on our serious people clothes and go to work and have our routine. And that protects us from it protects us from the truth that life is crazy, beautiful, and unpredictable, and we know nothing about. We just build our little world of our routine and think that is all there is to life. And think, well, that is my life. Oh, life sucks. Oh, well, I'm busy. And all this typical small talk people have, that's not your life. That's this little thing we built for ourselves to give us some kind of security. Because otherwise we'd have to face the fact that life is bizarre and crazy. And we try to act normal and we try to follow a routine and do our job, and we just dress, we take the car to work, and we have this little routine that distracts us from the craziness of life. I mean, we're on this little floating rock. On that rock, we build a little thing we call museum, and we put nice stuff, and it is insane. It is insane. And the ticket that you got to this life at all, that you got into this earth, that's the big ticket. It's hard to put into words, but suddenly I saw the absurdity of life. And the absurdity of trying to be normal, of trying to fit in, of trying to justify your existence. It seemed so absurd to me. I laughed at it for a good while. It's a beautiful day. It's too beautiful to justify your existence. It's too beautiful to try to act normally. It's too beautiful. It's just too bizarre and beautiful. And that is the fact of life. Now, we can build these little illusions, our little lives, and convince ourselves, this is normal, this is how it should be, just another day. We can convince ourselves of that. We can say that. But we're just fooling ourselves. This life is amazing. It is a thing of beauty. And I walked out of that museum. I ran out of it and I threw myself into the meadow and touched the grass. Must have looked like a madman, but who cares? It was the most beautiful moment of my life because I felt like the guts of the museum spit me out. And I was born a new person. And I just kept repeating to myself, I cannot believe that I'm alive. What a privilege it is to be alive. It is so beautiful to be alive. It is so beautiful. And the whole world was blossoming and glowing. The children playing, the grass, the tree. It was so beautiful. It is still so beautiful. I can see it everywhere. Life is so beautiful, and you get to be alive in this crazy, absurd, and bizarre thing we call life that we pretend is a normal, just another Monday, don't want to. We fooled ourselves. We're hypnotized. And I felt I'm waking up to the truth of the beauty of this life, of other people, of myself. And then I ran out and I still had all the stuff in my locker and I had to go back and explain why I'm... And I told the lady at the counter, like, I bought 2 tickets by accident. And she was like, well, you can have your money back or you can just use the ticket. You can use it anytime. It's valid for forever. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I gotta come back. I had a pretty good time here. It was just absolutely beautiful. And what I do is I write messages. Messages from life to you and to me, to all who need to hear it. Reminding you of who you are, that life is beautiful, that this existence is a gift. Because I sometimes forget, and I take it for granted. Maybe you too, sometimes. Do yourself a favor. Subscribe to my newsletter. It's not a newsletter, it's a letter from my soul to yours, reminding you of your place in the world, of your worth, of your beauty. Monday to Friday, a short message directly from life itself. Because who else is going to remind you? You're not going to see it in the news. A reminder that you wake up, that you get to wake up on this planet. That this life is a beautiful privilege. And you get to live it. And you got the big ticket. Just like I paid for the museum. Someone gave you a ticket to this life. Have fun.